Hello, I'm Rory Hodges and I'm a personal trainer and nutritionist with over 10 years of experience specialising specifically in body transformation. I've helped countless people reshape their bodies, build confidence and live more fulfilling lives, and now it's your turn. In this free, complete tutorial, I'm going to show you exactly how to burn body fat, to tone up and feel amazing, even if you are only just starting out. You're going to learn the key principles of exercise, of nutrition and mindset that have transformed hundreds of my own clients. So whether you're looking to lose weight or to build muscle or simply just feel better in your own skin, then this step-by-step guide will give you the tools to make that happen. So you might be wondering, why am I giving all this away for free? It's simple, really. Information these days is everywhere. You can Google a workout or find a diet plan, but knowing what to do simply isn't enough anymore. The real challenge is in the implementation, in taking action, in staying consistent and figuring out what works for you. And that is exactly why I've created this tutorial, to make it easier for you to cut through the noise and to start seeing real results. By the end of this video, you will have a clear, actionable plan to begin your body transformation today. So let's dive in and get started. So what exactly is body transformation? What does it actually mean? Most people think it's just about weight loss or building muscle, but it's actually so much more than that. It's about reshaping your entire body. It's about feeling stronger and gaining more confidence in the way that you look and the way that you move. In my 10 years of experience, I've seen people chase quick fixes or do extreme diets and only end up getting more frustrated. The truth is, real transformation happens when you focus on 4 key areas that I will be running through later on in this tutorial. It's not just about looking better, it's about feeling better as well. And when you transform your body, you give your energy a boost, you improve your posture and carry yourselves much better. That's the power of true body transformation. You'll feel more fulfilled in your own life. In this tutorial, I'm breaking it all down for you. From the workouts to your nutrition, the habits that create lasting change and how you stay motivated. By the end, you'll know exactly what it takes to sculpt the body that you will feel proud of. Alright, let's be real. There's a ton of noise out there when it comes to fitness. You've probably seen all the flashy programs, the strict diets and the magic transformations that promise insane results in no time at all. But here's what nobody is telling you. There is no one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to body transformation. It's not about following the latest trends, it's about finding what actually works for you. Now, most people fail at transforming their bodies, not because they lack motivation. In fact, they're often very motivated, but because they try to force themselves into plans that just don't fit with their life. You know what I'm talking about. Extreme diets that just make you way more miserable. Workout programs that just require far too much time in the gym that you just cannot commit to. Or giving up foods that you love and you're only going to binge on later on. Does this sound familiar? That's because these approaches are not sustainable. And if you can't stick with it, then guess what? You're not going to get results that last. A temporary plan is only going to lead to temporary results. That's exactly why this tutorial, this course, is going to be different. I'm not here to shove strict plans down your throat or make you do intense workouts all the time. I'm here to help you build a transformation plan that works specifically for you. Let's also bust some of the biggest fitness myths now, and these have been holding people back for way too long. A big one I see is, I don't have time to work out. Look, I get it, you're busy, but you don't need hours in the gym to transform your body. In fact, just short, effective workouts can do the job, even in just 20 or 30 minutes. It's about training smart, not about just training for long. And the same can be said for your diet. The other one I hear a lot is eating healthy is too expensive. But who told you that you need to live off £10 avocado toast and overpriced superfoods? You can eat healthy on a budget with just normal food from your supermarket. The trick is knowing how to structure your meals, and later on in this tutorial I'll be showing you exactly how to do that. Another one that I hear a lot is you need to go to a gym or use fancy equipment, but nope. Some of the most effective transformations happen with just bodyweight exercises or minimal equipment. In fact, that is exactly how I got started. Your environment should never be an excuse. Another one I hear a lot is I'm too old. Yeah, but nope, that is wrong again. Age is just a number. I've worked with people in their 20s, 40s, 60s, even their 80s, and they have all been able to transform their bodies in the way that they want. The key is training in a way that matches where you are right now, not where you were 20 years ago. And the last one I want to touch on is you need supplements to see results. But if someone is telling you that you must buy their special shake or magic pill to get fit, then run for the hills. Supplements can be helpful, sure, and we'll be going through those later on in this tutorial, but they are not necessary. Your transformation will come from your habits, not from a tub of powder. So you see, a lot of what holds people back isn't even real. It's just myths and misinformation that keep you stuck, but not anymore, because you're here and you're about to get the real formula for body transformation. I want to use myself as an example here, because when I first started getting into shape, I just started training from home with no equipment whatsoever, just doing bodyweight exercises. When it came to my diet, I didn't have much money. I didn't have much knowledge. I wouldn't go out and buy expensive supplements or superfoods. I just ate what you could get from the supermarket and just started improving my diet from there. Fast forward 15 years and I'm still keeping myself in really good shape, but now I have a young family, 3 kids, all of which are under the age of 4. I have a business to run. I have a home to look after. I prioritize spending time with my family, and yet I still manage to take care of myself throughout the week. I am a busy person. I do a lot of things, and yet I still look after myself because I prioritize it. And throughout this tutorial, guys, I'm going to be showing you how to do the same. So with all that being said, how's this course actually going to serve you? Well, that's simple. I am handing you the blueprint to body transformation. No fluff, no gimmicks, no one-size-fits-all nonsense. By the end of this course, you will know how to eat for your goals without feeling restricted. You will know how to train effectively, whether at home, at the gym, or elsewhere. You will know how to stay motivated and consistent so you actually see results. And you will know how to sustain this and how to keep this up for years and years to come. You won't have to second guess everything or jump from failed plan to the next. You'll have a clear, sustainable strategy that fits your life, your preferences, and your goals. And this is where the guessing stops, guys, right here, and the real results begin. So here's the structure for the course. First of all, we're going to talk about motivation and mindset, rewiring your brain for success. You can have the best meal plan and workout routine, but if your mindset isn't right, then you just won't follow it through. And that is exactly why we are starting here. I'm going to show you how to stay motivated long term and ditch the all or nothing mentality that keeps you stuck. Quick tip on this, willpower comes from motivation. If you struggle to keep on track, just remind yourself of why you want to do all this, and that will just give you the incentive to get up and get on. Next, we're going to look at goal setting, creating your personal game plan. Have you ever felt lost in your fitness journey? That's because you didn't have clear goals or strategies to hit them. Here, I'm going to teach you how to set realistic goals with a proven roadmap to get you there. What's the risk if you skip this? Well, without clear goals, you'll waste months, maybe years, spinning your wheels with no results. Next comes nutrition mastery, eating for results, not restrictions. Nutrition isn't about starving yourself or following the perfect meal plan. It's about understanding how foods fuel your body so you can eat in a way that fits your lifestyle while still losing body fat and building muscle. A quick tip to get started: focus on protein first in every meal. It keeps you full, fuels muscle growth, and even helps you burn more calories. Once we've done that, we're going to look at your exercise plan. Training smart, not just hard. Here's where most people go wrong. They either do too much cardio and end up losing muscle, or maybe they train with no structure and therefore see no progress. In this section, I'm going to break down exactly how to train for fat loss and muscle definition, whether you have a full gym to use or you're just using your own body weight at home. What's the risk if you skip this section? Well, without a structured plan, you'll waste tons of time working out with very little to show for it. After that, we're going to talk about lifestyle and sustainability, making this a habit for life. Have you ever felt like you've made progress only to lose it all again? Well, that's because nobody taught you how to make fitness fit into your life. In this particular section, you'll learn how to stay in shape forever without feeling like you're always on a diet. A quick tip around this: instead of going all in and burning out, which so many do, aim for 80% consistency. You don't need to be perfect, just consistent enough to make progress. And finally, next steps, putting everything together. This isn't just about learning, it's about taking action. And by the end of the course, you'll know exactly what to do today, next week, and beyond to finally achieve the body that you want. What's the risk if you don't apply this? Well, you'll keep searching for quick fixes, you'll stay stuck, and you'll never truly feel confident in yourself and your body. This is the same system that has worked for hundreds of people just like you. So if you're ready to make real changes, then let's just get into it. Now, as I said earlier on, information is nothing without implementation. And that is why I am giving you a supplementary workbook to go alongside this program. You will use this workbook to follow the program step by step, and by the end, you will have your whole transformation plan laid out in front of you. You can grab this workbook for free and without any email opt-in below this video. So go ahead and download it now and have it to hand at all times as you work through this program. Okay, so in this next bit, I just want to run through some of the methodology that I am going to be using and use with my clients in order to get these body transformation results. And this methodology I call the 4 pillars of body transformation. And I just want to run through the theory with you now at this moment in the program, so you understand it ahead of completing the program, so you know why we're doing certain bits as we go. So it's just a simple infographic I put together to help you with this. Obviously, as you can see from the left-hand side, reality, and on the right-hand side, result. We are trying to get from current reality to result. So for people who are looking to undergo a body transformation, you may be familiar with some of these symptoms. They are unfit and out of shape. They have poor body image. They are sedentary, unhealthy, and struggle to change. So this is where a lot of people are when they start body transformation. And the result that they want is to have a transformed physical shape, to have great confident body image, and to be active, healthy, and fulfilled from life. Okay, so in order to get from reality to result, we need to go through a certain process. And this process is mastering the 4 pillars of body transformation. So what are the 4 pillars? The first one is mindset. So mindset is the first pillar of body transformation, and it is the first one for a reason. Mindset is the pillar that is responsible for your motivation and therefore your willpower, your positive mental attitude, and your stress or relieving stress. Mindset is the pillar that controls whether or not you are able to put in the work when it comes to your workouts and your exercise and your diet. So mindset's the first thing we want to work on, guys. We want to make sure that we are conquering our mindset and getting on top of the way we think. The next pillar is nutrition. So the food that we eat, the drink that we drink, anything that we consume falls under our nutrition pillar. So this could be from your meals to your snacks to your drinks, the energy that we get and our health will often come from nutrition, as well as our capability at losing fat and building muscle. Fuel is essential. You put the wrong fuel in a car and it's going to break. Same goes for your body. Then we've got exercise. Obviously, exercise is the energy that we expend. It's our gym training, it's our workouts, it's our activity levels throughout our lifestyle, it's our hobbies. Exercise is when we are moving our body and burning calories, building strength, and building fitness. And then we have our lifestyle pillar finally. Lifestyle pillar brings the other pillars all together into a nice, neat, sustainable package. If we can get our nutrition and exercise habits in order to the point where we can maintain them under a healthy and balanced and happy lifestyle, then we're winning and we're going to maintain our results for many, many months and years. So if mindset is responsible for giving us the motivation and the willpower to put in the work, then lifestyle gives us the sustainability. So I can talk about that a little bit more with this infographic here. Okay, so as you can see, what actually gives you the results is your nutrition and exercise habits. Okay, in the middle of the circle there where it says results. So we can do all the right exercise and do all the right nutrition and we will see results. That is the tangible, trackable stuff that we have to do. Okay, your exercise and your nutrition. That is the physical things that we have to do every day and every week to achieve the results. However, the other two pillars are just as, if not more important. The mindset on the left-hand side, as you can see, is responsible for your adherence. So if your mindset is on track, if you're in the right place when it comes to your mindset, it's going to be much easier to stick to your nutrition and exercise plan. On the other side, your lifestyle, as you can see from the arrow, maintenance. So if your lifestyle's in the right place, then it's going to be much easier to maintain your nutrition and exercise habits, which is going to lead to long-term success, not just short-term success. So over the program, guys, we are going to be covering all four pillars. We're going to be working on all four pillars. We're going to start with mindset, so you get your head in the right place first. Then we're going to tackle nutrition, exercise, and then finally bring it all together with lifestyle, so we know it's going to be sustainable for many months or years to come. Let's talk about mindset, and I'm filming this outside because this is where I do my best thinking. There is just something about being out in the open that really opens up the mind and allows for clearer thoughts and better clarity. And in a world where we are more and more sedentary and contained to certain spaces, it's good to be reminded of the importance of getting out too. When most people think about body transformation, they focus on their workouts or their diet. But the truth is, your mindset is what actually determines whether you'll stick to these workouts or follow through with your diet or not. You see, motivation isn't something you either have or you don't have. It comes from your mindset, and motivation is what fuels your willpower, your ability to make good choices even when you don't feel like it. Think about it. You could have the perfect plan, the best gym routine, but if you're not in the right headspace, none of that even matters because you likely won't do it. This is why most people fail. They keep jumping from diet to diet or program to program without ever fixing the real problem, which is how they think about fitness and their own ability to succeed. So why do people ignore mindset? Simple. You just can't see it, right? With workouts, you see sweat. With diet, you see your food choices, but mindset is invisible, and that makes it easy to ignore. The truth is, every action you take or don't take starts with a single thought. Your mindset controls whether you show up for your workout or skip it. Whether you stay on track or give up after one bad day of food. Whether you push through challenges or tell yourself it's just too hard and I want to give up. But here's the good news, guys. Once you learn how to rewire your mindset, everything else gets easier. You don't have to rely on willpower. You'll naturally start making better choices because you actually want to. So let's start with something called self-belief. Now, if you don't believe in yourselves, nothing else really matters. You could have the best plan, but if deep down you don't think you're truly capable of change, then you'll find a way to sabotage yourself. I know this, I've done this in the past. The first step, you have to make yourself a priority, which isn't always that easy. Too often, we put everything and everyone else first, your work, your family, responsibilities, until there's nothing left for yourselves. But taking care of yourself, it isn't selfish, it's necessary. Because when you feel strong and confident and energized, you show up better in every area of your life, even the ones that you're prioritizing more than yourself right now. In fact, the things that you currently prioritize over yourself will benefit more if you actually give yourself some love. So start by changing your internal language. For example, instead of saying, I don't have time, start saying, this just isn't a priority. If this doesn't sit right with you, then it's time to make a change. Now, near the start of the workbook, you'll see a space for reflection. I want you to use this space to jot down your negative beliefs around body transformation and then work on changing the language so they become less of a barrier in your own thinking. So now we've done that and we've started to prioritize yourselves a little more. The next challenge is staying focused. Distractions are everywhere. Scrolling on your phone, Netflix, even well-meaning friends who say, oh, just skip the gym today, or oh, one meal off your plan won't hurt. But here's the truth. Nobody is going to hand you the time that you need. You have to protect that time for yourself. You want to set clear, non-negotiable skills, pick your workout times and stick to them like it's an important meeting, cut out unnecessary distractions. If your phone is a problem, then put it in your bag while you're working out. Surround yourself with supporters. If the people around you aren't on board with your journey, then find a community that is. But as much as any of this, having clear goals, a driven mindset, and an attitude to make change will give you as much focus as you could need. The truth is that not everyone is ready to transform. I've had this in the past with my clients. Many have to prepare themselves for it. If you have a defeated attitude, or you're just not willing to invest the time or energy or money into your journey, these are all common signs that you are not yet ready to transform. Often, these may come across as excuses, but deep down, it's because they find it uncomfortable, and we all want to stay comfortable, right? Sadly though, change is made when you are happy to get uncomfortable. Having belief in yourself is the best place to start. But what if you don't have the time or energy or money? Then your positive mental attitude will find a way to adapt things to work for you. There is no excuses here. Now, most people don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they believe that something just simply isn't true, a negative false belief. For example, I'll never be fit, or I'm too old to start now, or I just don't have the genetics for this. Now, these are quite simply lies. They are false beliefs. They are not based on any facts at all. You want to follow these steps to crush your negative self-beliefs. Number one, question them. Ask yourself, is this really true? Or is it just something I've told myself over and over again? Number two, find proof against them. Look at people who started later, had obstacles and still succeeded. If they can, then why can't you? Number three, replace these negative beliefs with empowering beliefs. Instead of saying, I can't gain muscle, say, I haven't figured out what works for me yet, but I will. Your mind will believe what you tell it most often. So tell it something that moves you forwards and not holds you back. At the end of the day, self-belief isn't something you are born with. It's something that you build. And when you start to believe in yourself, you become unstoppable, truly. You can literally think your future into existence. It's called manifestation, and it can be very powerful indeed. So now, let's take this mindset and put it into action. So I want you to head over to the workbook where you will see a page named Mindset, What Motivates You. In the first box, I want you to write your reasons for wanting to transform. Perhaps it is to lose weight. Maybe you'd like to build muscle. Do you want a six-pack? Would you like more confidence? Would you like more attention from the opposite sex? Or would you like to spice up your current love life? Perhaps it's health. Or you'd like to inspire your children. Whatever it is, write these things in this box. Secondly, I want you to write down the things you value the most. These things are the things that you spend the most time and energy and money on. The things that dominate your thoughts and the things that you usually prioritize. These could be your kids, your work, your education, your social life, your hobby, any luxury items. Write these things in the second box. Finally, and this is where the real magic happens, guys, I want you to connect your answers together. So, how does your body transformation positively affect the things that you value the most? See, as I said earlier on, we put our energy and intent into the things that we prioritize the most. These are typically your highest values. Now, I'm asking you to recognize the benefits that transforming your body is going to have on these things that you value the most, that mean the most to you. This will give you even more reason to actually commit and to do it and make less excuses and make the excuses that you got less valid. You can go one step further if you like by digging deeper into each link until it's obvious that you must achieve body transformation for your own good. You can do this by simply asking the question, why? Okay, next up, I want you to imagine setting off on your journey without a destination. No map, no idea where you're going, just hoping you'll somehow end up somewhere good. That's exactly what people do when they start their fitness journey without a clear vision of where they want to be. But the truth is, if you don't have a vision, you'll struggle to stay motivated. Because where are you aiming for? You'll second guess yourself, you'll get distracted easily. But if you can clearly see the future version of yourself that you want to achieve, the one who's stronger, leaner, more confident, it becomes much more real. And when it's real in your own mind, it's only a matter of time before it becomes a reality in your life. Remember what we said earlier, you can think your future into existence. And that's exactly what we're doing here. Your vision isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling amazing, walking with confidence and knowing you finally became the person who you always wanted to be. A powerful vision isn't just, I want to lose weight or I want to get fit, because that's just far too vague. You need something that really excites you, something that gives you a gut reaction when you think about it, something that gives you goosebumps to think about. Here's how to create a vision that actually works. Firstly, you want to be specific. Don't just say, I want to be in shape. Picture exactly how you want to look. How do you want your clothes to fit? How do you carry yourself? Next, you want to connect with the emotions. It's not just about the number that you see on a scale. It's about the feeling of walking into a room with confidence, the excitement of wearing clothes that you love, and the energy to enjoy life without limits. Next, you want to make it real. Close your eyes and imagine your future self. How do you start your day? How do you feel in your body? How do others respond to you? The clearer that you see this, the more powerful then this vision will become. If your vision isn't clear, then you'll struggle to stay consistent. But if your vision is strong, then it will pull you forwards, even on the tough days. So now that you know why your vision is so powerful, the next job is to go and create one. Are you ready? Head over to the workbook where I've left some space for you to start putting your vision together. Just like your muscles, your mindset needs consistent training to stay strong. You don't just set a positive mindset once and expect it to last forever. Sadly, it doesn't work like that. Life will throw you challenges. Self-doubt will creep in and your motivation will surely dip from time to time. You won't be motivated all the time, but having systems in place that keep you moving forwards, even when your motivation does fade, is super beneficial. I just wanted to give you some quick tips on this to help you at this stage. Firstly, practice gratitude. Shift your focus to what is possible. Negativity thrives when we focus on what's missing. Gratitude shifts that. Every day, just take 60 seconds to write down 3 things that you're grateful for. This could be big or small things. Maybe it's progress in your workouts, the fact that you have the opportunity to transform, or you're just simply feeling good that day. So why does this work? Well, gratitude rewires your brain to focus on progress and not problems. It keeps you in a positive, forward-thinking state, which is beneficial for your mindset journey in general. The next tip is to use accountability. You don't have to do this alone. It's easy to break promises to yourself, but it's harder to let someone else down. Find an accountability partner or a coach or a supportive group to keep you on track. Why does this work? Well, when someone else knows that you're checking in for your progress, then you're way more likely to actually follow this through because you're relying on other people and they're relying on you. Community creates momentum. Next tip is to reread your vision and your goals. You want to keep your future in focus. Remember that powerful vision that you created just now? Well, it's not just a one-time exercise. It's your compass for staying on track. Every time that you feel stuck or unmotivated, then just go back and read it. Reconnect with why you started in the first place. Why does this work? Well, clarity creates action. The more you remind yourself of where you are going, the easier it is to keep pushing forwards. If you ever feel doubts creeping in, then just remember, your mind is your greatest tool, or it could be your biggest enemy. It's up to you which one it becomes. By practicing gratitude, staying accountable, and revisiting your vision, you're building an unstoppable mindset that will carry you through every challenge that you may face ahead. Don't neglect your mindset. You may not be able to see it, but it's arguably the most important part of all of this and the area that most failures will start in. Why do you think I'm talking about all this first? Next up, we are going to utilize all of what we've just talked about to create real, effective goals that you are now much more likely to achieve. So let's crack on with that. Now that you've found your motivation and built a vision of what you truly want, it's time to turn that into something tangible, something trackable. Here's the problem. Most people set goals that are just way too vague. They say things like, I want to lose weight, or I want to build muscle, or I want to get fit. But what does this actually mean? How will you know when you've actually achieved it? Without clear, measurable goals, you have no way of tracking progress. And when progress feels unclear, motivation will fade pretty fast. And that's why we're going to use the SMART goal framework. You may have come across this before. It's a simple but powerful way to set goals that actually work. So what does SMART stand for? Well, S is specific. What exactly do you want to achieve? Instead of get fit, try lose 5 kilograms of belly fat and build visible muscle definition. M stands for measurable. How will you track progress? Will it be weight, strength, body measurements, or how your clothes fit? A stands for achievable. Be ambitious, but realistic. Can you realistically lose 10 kilograms in 2 months, or is 5 kilograms more sustainable? R stands for relevant. Does this goal align with your deeper why? If confidence and energy is what you truly want, will this goal help you get there? And T means time bound. Set a deadline. Without a time frame, there's no urgency. Instead of I want to lose fat, say I will reveal my ab muscles within the next 12 weeks. So now we want to turn your vision into a real SMART goal. I want you to take a moment to write down what exactly you want to achieve, how you'll measure this progress, and your deadline for hitting this goal. As well as this, write down what barriers you could expect to face along the way and how you will overcome these barriers if you do hit them. It's always going to be beneficial to be prepared for such eventualities so you don't get caught out when these challenges do occur. If you head over to the workbook, I have laid these out, these questions for you to answer. Remember, the clearer the goal, the easier it will be to stay on track, and the more exciting your progress will feel. All right, so we've done that. We've set ourselves a SMART goal. You have something which is specific, measurable, and realistic. But there's one thing that most people get wrong when setting goals like, I want to lose 10 kilograms in 8 weeks. And that is, they just don't know if it's actually possible. They either aim too high and then burn out when results don't come fast enough, or they aim too low and never actually push themselves to their true potential. So how do you make sure that your goal isn't just realistic, but achievable and optimized for your body personally? This is where my fat loss forecaster comes in. Now, this is a tool that I have created that takes the guesswork out of fat loss and helps you accurately determine how much weight you can expect to lose in a set time frame, how many calories that you need to hit on a daily basis, and whether your goal is too aggressive or not challenging enough. Most people struggle because they're either eating too much or too little without even realizing it. The fat loss forecaster removes the confusion by showing you exactly what to do, with no more guesswork and no more frustration. Now, this fat loss forecaster tool is part of a bonus mini course where I walk you through step by step how to use it, plus give you extra guidance on adjusting your plan for maximum results. Now, this isn't part of today's free program, but if you're serious about making real progress and want a clear, personalized roadmap, then I've made it available for a small one-time investment. If you want to fast track your transformation and make sure your goal is truly realistic and achievable, then check out the link below to grab access to the Fat Loss Forecaster and mini course right now. Let's make sure your goal isn't just a dream, it's a done deal. Okay, we know what we want, but how do we know if we're going to achieve it? You can't improve what you can't measure. A big reason people don't achieve body transformation is that they rely on feeling instead of facts too much of the time. And that is just a recipe for frustration. Some days you'll feel lean and other days you'll just feel bloated. Some weeks you'll feel strong and other weeks sluggish. If you don't track real progress, then you'll think you're failing when you're actually winning. And that is why tracking isn't just helpful, but it's actually essential. It keeps you motivated, keeps you accountable and adjusting in the right direction at all times. Here are some ways to track your body transformation. Firstly, body measurements. The scales can lie, but measurements rarely will. Track your waist, your hips, your chest, arms and thighs every 2 to 4 weeks. This is the best way to track fat loss, especially if the scales aren't moving. Next up, progress photos. I love progress photos. A picture is worth 1,000 words, as you can tell by the pictures behind me. Take front, side and back photos every 2 to 4 weeks in the same lighting and the same clothing at the same times of day. This will show you changes that you'd never notice on the day-to-day. Next, scale weight, if used correctly. Weigh yourselves 2 to 3 times a week and then take a weekly average. Daily fluctuations mean absolutely nothing, but long-term trends do. So when weighing, make sure you do first thing in the morning, before eating or drinking, and always in the same conditions to make it as accurate as possible and to minimize chances of inaccurate scale results. Electrical impedance. Most gyms these days have some way of tracking your body stats through electrical impedance. In fact, most scales that you can buy these days will also have this technology in them. Look for stats like body fat percentage or muscle mass to help you determine whether you're progressing. Of course, the things I've just mentioned are all body composition and looks related, but you may also want to look at other factors that prove you are improving. Strength and performance, for example. Are you lifting heavier, doing more reps? Have you got more endurance than you did have? Are you feeling fitter? These factors are often overlooked because we always focus on body composition, but show certain progress and are often really motivating. You also never want to neglect the mental, habitual and lifestyle side of things. What does your stress levels now look like? Are you more energized? Have your habits improved? How is this potentially affecting the things that you value in life? Ultimately, if your life is improving as a result, then you're winning. All of these things are worth keeping an eye on, but be aware, obsessing over daily changes is just not helpful or healthy. Your body fluctuates constantly, we can't help that. So focus on trends over time, not just a single number or a single result. Accepting that you'll have good results and bad results is vital. Tracking isn't just about the results though, it's about seeing how far you have come. So even when progress feels slow, your photos, measurements and performance will prove that you are moving forwards. And if you ever hit a plateau, then your data will show exactly where you need to make the adjustments. All right, we know what we are looking for in terms of progress measuring, but what about habits? Before we start making big changes, we need to understand what's actually happening in your daily routine. Most people think they know what they eat and how active they are until they actually write it down. Here's a reality check. You might be overeating without even realizing, skipping meals that lead to binging later on, or thinking you're active when you're actually sitting for most of the day. I've had that with my clients in the past. That's where a food and activity journal comes in. It gives you a clear, honest picture of what's working and what's not, so we can make the right changes. I'm going to get you guys to do one. For at least the next 5 to 7 days, I want you to track what you eat and drink by writing it down. Everything, including portion sizes. Be honest, this isn't about judgment, it's about awareness. I also want you to track your daily activity by logging workouts, step count, or even just general movement. Even tracking how much time you spend sitting can really be eye-opening. I also want you to track sleep and stress levels, as these impact your cravings, energy, and motivation more than you actually think. So track how well you sleep and how you feel each day. I also want you to track when you eat. Are you late night snacking or skipping breakfast? The timing of your meals really do matter. After about a week, you'll start seeing some patterns. Are you eating enough protein? Are you drinking enough water? Are you getting enough movement? Do you feel low at certain times? Or do you crave sugar in the afternoon? Are your weekends sabotaging your progress? By spotting these trends, we can fix what's holding you back without unnecessary restrictions. If you are serious about changing your body, then start with this simple habit. Tracking for just a few days will show you exactly what needs to improve and what's already working well. So, grab a notebook or use your phone and start logging from now. I have included some space in the supplementary workbook for making notes on this too. Next, we are going to dive into making the changes we need to start seeing serious body transformation results, starting with your diet plan. Alright, let's talk about the number one factor that will determine how your body looks, feels and performs, which is nutrition. You can do all the workouts in the world, but if your nutrition isn't right, you'll either see zero results or struggle way harder than you need to. Why is this? Well, at the risk of sounding rather cliche, your body really is built in the kitchen, not just in the gym. At the end of the day, you can't outtrain a bad diet, you won't build muscle without the right fuel, and If you're ever felt like you're doing everything right but still not getting anywhere, then nutrition is probably the missing piece. But let me guess, you've probably heard things like carbohydrates will make you fat, or you have to eat clean 24/7 to see results, or skipping meals will help you lose weight faster, or you need expensive supplements to gain muscle. These are just a few examples of nutrition myths, and none of them are true. And believing them is why so many people feel completely confused about what to eat. But the good news is you don't need to be perfect and you don't need to have the perfect diet. You just need a strategy that actually works for you. And that's exactly what I'm going to be giving you in this section. So, welcome to the nutrition pillar. Over this section, you'll learn what to eat to fuel fat loss and muscle definition, how much food you actually need, so there's no more guessing, when to structure your meals for the best energy and results, how to track your diet easily and effectively so you'll stay consistent and guarantee progress, how to stay organized with your nutrition so it will never feel like a chore and you'll never be caught short wondering what to eat, how and when to supplement to maximize your progress, and how to make all this sustainable so you never fall off track again. By the end of this comprehensive education on nutrition, you'll have the perfect plan to transform your body with your diet and without feeling restricted or overwhelmed. All right, let's cut through the confusion. The real reason you lose or gain weight isn't magic, it's not genetics or the latest diet trend, it's energy balance. And here's how it works. If you eat more calories than you burn, you're gonna gain weight. If you eat fewer calories than you burn, you're going to lose weight. If you eat the same amount as you burn, you'll maintain your weight. It's that simple. There's no secret hacks, no special foods, just science. But here's the key. You have to know your numbers. And if you don't, you're just guessing. And guessing leads to frustration and no results. Remember the fat loss forecaster I introduced you to earlier? That determines your numbers for you. If you have not done so already, you can grab it below this video. Now, calories is a unit of energy that we must know about whether we want to gain muscle, lose body fat, or both. Your body burns a certain amount of calories every day just to stay alive, and that is called your TDEE, or total daily energy expenditure. If you eat below your TDEE, you will lose fat. If you eat above it, then you'll gain weight. So before you start making changes, you need to know how many calories you burn every single day, how much you should eat for your specific goal, whether it's fat loss, muscle gain, or both. Once you know your numbers, you take control of your transformation. So let's start from the top with your BMR, or basal metabolic rate. Your BMR is a number of calories that your body burns at rest just to keep you alive. So imagine laying in bed all day doing absolutely nothing. That's how much energy your body needs just to breathe, digest food, and keep your organs running. So how do I calculate the BMR? Well, we use a formula based on your weight, height, age, and gender. So here's a simple equation to estimate it. So for men, 10 times your weight in kilograms plus 6.25 times your height in centimeters minus 5 times your age plus 5. And for women, 10 times your weight in kilograms plus 6.25 times your height in centimeters minus 5 times your age minus 161. So let's have an example. Let's say you're a 30-year-old woman weighing 65 kilos and you're 165 centimeters tall. So this will be 10 times 65 plus 6.25 times 165 minus 5 times 30 minus 161 equals 1,383 calories per day. So that means even if you didn't move all day, you'd burn 1,383 calories. But let's be real, you don't just sit still all day, and that's where your TDEE comes in. And don't worry guys, all these equations are going to be written down in the workbook for you to go over. So your total daily energy expenditure, or TDEE, is your BMR plus all the calories that you burn from moving, exercising, and just existing in the real world. To find it, you multiply your BMR that we've just calculated by your activity level. And this will change based on how active you are. So, if you are sedentary, so you do little to no exercise, then you'll take your BMR and times it by 1.2. If you're lightly active, so you do 1 to 3 workouts a week, then you're gonna times your BMR by 1.4. If you're moderately active, so you work out 3 to 5 times a week, you're gonna do BMR times 1.6. If you're very active, so 6 to 7 intense workouts per week, BMR times 1.7. And if you're super active, then you're an athlete or do heavy labor work, and it's BMR times 1.9. Now do consider that I have given you activity levels based on your workouts, but you also can consider your lifestyle and what you do for work when it comes to calculating your activity level. So for example, if you're on your feet all day, you're a post person or a teacher, you're gonna burn more calories than someone sat behind a desk all day. So let's look at an example based on the 30-year-old woman we were just looking at. If your BMR is 1,383 calories and you exercise 3 to 4 times a week, then we're gonna times our BMR by 1.6 to give us 2,213 calories per day. That means to maintain your weight, you'd need to eat around about these calories every single day. So now you know your TDEE, let's adjust it based on your goal. So if fat loss is your goal, then creating calorie deficit by eating 10 to 25% less than this TDEE. If muscle gain is the goal, then you want to create a surplus by eating 5 to 15% more than your TDEE. So let's look at fat loss as an example. Take your TDEE and times it by 20%, and this is going to be how much of a deficit we want to create. If we take the 20% off our TDEE, then we get 1,700-ish calories per day. So this is going to be your target for fat loss. Here's some quick tips, guys, based on this. The larger the deficit, the faster the fat loss, but the harder it's going to be to stick to. The smaller the deficit, the slower, but easier it is to maintain and to maintain muscle. And for muscle gain, you want to add 5 to 15% of calories instead of taking it off. And there you have it, your calorie target. So go ahead now and work out those equations for your own goals and make note of them in your supplementary workbook. To help you, I have placed all these equations in the workbook because I get it can be confusing when you're just listening to me rattling it off. Now we've done the calories, let's understand macronutrients. And your body runs on 3 main macronutrients. Proteins, which is the builder, carbohydrates, which is the energy source, and fats, which is the supporter. Each of these plays a crucial role in how your body feels, performs, and transforms. Let's break them all down individually, starting with protein, which is the builder. If you want to lose fat, build muscle, or get more toned, then protein is your best friend. It helps repair and grow muscles, keeps you feeling full, and even burns more calories during digestion than carbs or fat does. Examples of high protein foods will include chicken or beef or fish or eggs. You've also got Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, tofu, lentils, beans, or even just protein shakes. You want to aim for at least 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight if you're training regularly. Carbohydrates, this is the energy source. Carbs have gotten a bad reputation, but they are not the enemy. They're your body's main energy source. The key is choosing the right ones. So here's some examples of healthy carbohydrates: brown rice, oats, quinoa, whole wheat bread, vegetables, fruits, sweet potatoes, beans, lentils. You want to stick to fiber-rich carbohydrates as best you can to avoid energy crashes and keep digestion smooth and on point. Lastly, fats, the supporter. Fats are essential for hormone production, brain function, and absorbing vitamins. Cutting out fat completely is a huge mistake. Some examples of healthy fats include avocados, nuts, seeds, salmon and other fish, olive oil, coconut oil, cheese, dark chocolate even. You want to stick to a healthy fat and avoid too many processed oils and fried foods. Each macro has an important role to play, and getting them right balance will determine how well your body will transform. What happens if you get it wrong? Well, if you have too little protein, then you're going to lose muscle instead of fat, and this will damage your metabolism. If you have too few carbs, then you'll feel sluggish and lack energy for your actual workouts or day to day. If you have too little fat, then your hormones and your recovery will suffer. And that's why hitting the right balance really is vital. So let me show you how to do that. Firstly, you want to set your protein intake. Protein is your number one priority because it helps build muscle, burn fat, and keep you full. So a general rule is if you train regularly, you want to aim for 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. If you're more active or looking to build more muscle, then go towards the higher end of this. So, example, if you weigh 70 kilos and you aim for 2 grams per kilogram, then 70 kilos times 2 equals 140 grams of protein per day. Now we know that calories from protein is 4 per gram. So 140 grams times 4, this is 560 calories of protein that we'll be consuming every day. Next, let's set your fat intake. Fats are crucial for hormones, brain function, and overall health. As a general rule, you want to aim for 20 to 35% of your daily calories coming from fats. So for example, if your goal is 2,000 calories per day and you choose 25% of that to come from fats, then 2,000 times 0.25 is 500 calories a day from fat. And since fats have 9 calories per gram, then 500 divided by 9 is 55 grams of fat per day. The rest of your calories you want to fill from carbohydrates. Carbs give you the energy for workouts and help with recovery. Once protein and fats are set, that we've just done, the rest of your calories can come from carbohydrates. So here's the formula. Total calories minus the protein calories and the fat calories, and this will give you the calories left for carbs. You want to divide this by 4 because there are 4 calories per gram of carbohydrates. So our example, 2,000 calories per day, 560 for protein and 500 for fat, that gives us 940 left. Divide this by 4, 235 grams of carbs. Please note though that you may want to adjust your macros based on your goals. So, for example, if fat loss is your goal, then keep your proteins high, lower your carbs slightly. And if muscle gain is the goal, then increase your carbs and fats slightly. Also maintaining high protein as well. For maintenance, keep macros balanced and keep them consistent. If you head over to the workbook and calculate your own calories and macronutrient requirements on the page that I've laid out for you. And again, all these equations and information I've laid out in that workbook so you can see it more visually and more easily. You now have your personal macro targets, but remember, knowing them is one thing, but hitting them is another. So we want to track these numbers. Use apps like MyFitnessPal or Chronometer to track your macros easily. Alternatively, you could go old school and use food labels in a notepad. Whatever method, I highly recommend tracking your food just for a little while, as it will give you a broader perspective on how your numbers currently stack up against where they should be, so you can adjust accordingly. If you are tracking, just remember to be hyper accurate. Even seasoned dietitians get this wrong. Be careful to weigh every ingredient and get each number right. Otherwise, you'll be giving yourself false information. It does take some practice, but once you get the hang of it, then it truly gives you a greater edge to achieve your goals. So with that said and done, let's now talk about how to actually structure your meals to make hitting those targets simple and sustainable. Because let's be honest, knowing numbers is one thing, but making them work in real life is another. A well-structured meal will keep you full and satisfied so you don't have constant cravings, will keep you energized throughout the day so you have no energy crashes, will keep you on track with your fat loss and muscle building goals. And the best part, it doesn't have to be complicated, even though I might have made it sound like that with all the numbers just now. So when you build a meal, think of it like a balanced plate where each part serves a purpose. So first of all, protein. This is the most important macronutrient for fat loss and for muscle building. So you want to aim for a palm-sized portion at every single meal. Next, smart carbohydrates. Think whole grains, potatoes, fruits, legumes. These will fuel your workouts and keep your energy stable. And veggies and fiber. These keep you full and support digestion. You want to load up half your plates with colourful vegetables. Then we've got healthy fats. So you want to include a thumb-sized portion of nuts, seeds, olive oil or avocado for hormone health and for satiety. Soon, we are going to be putting a diet plan together, which will utilise everything I've talked about. But how often should I be eating per day? Well, there is no one-size-fits-all for meal frequency, but here's what works best for most. You want to eat between 3 or 4 solid meals per day. This keeps hunger in check and makes hitting protein targets easier. You want to use tactical snacking if needed. High protein snacks like Greek yogurt and protein shakes or a handful of nuts can bridge the gaps between meals. Meal frequency isn't as important as hitting your calorie and macronutrient targets, but you may want to be smart with how you eat around your training. Make sure you are fueled up for exercise and eat a good meal shortly afterwards to get your protein in quickly so the recovery process can begin. Most people struggle because they snack randomly without structure, or they don't eat enough protein, which leads to hunger, or they rely on quick carbs, causing energy crashes. By following this very simple structure, you'll feel in control of your nutrition and see results faster. Now, one of the biggest reasons that people fall off track with their nutrition is lack of planning. Look, when you're tired, busy or unprepared, what happens? You just grab whatever's quick and easy. And usually that's not the best choice for your goals. But you don't need to be a meal prep master or spend hours in the kitchen. Instead, just use this simple 3-step system to stay organized, save time, and actually enjoy your meals while hitting your targets. Step number 1, create your meal menu. Think of this as your go-to list of meals that fit your goals and that you enjoy. So start with your protein first. Pick a few lean protein sources like chicken or eggs or tofu or salmon. Add simple carbs and veggie combos, whole grains, potatoes, legumes, and veggies that you love, loads of color. And then include healthy fats, avocados, nuts, seeds, or olive oil. For example, if you love chicken, then one meal could be grilled chicken, roasted sweet potatoes, and greens. Building a menu of a dozen meals or so across breakfasts, lunches, and dinners make meal planning effortless because you'll always have quick, familiar options at hand. Step 2 is to plan your meals for a week. Instead of guessing what to eat every day, just take 5 minutes to plan a few days ahead. So first of all, you want to pick meals from your menu that you've just created and balance these meals throughout the day so they hit your macro targets. Plan around your schedule. Have quick meals for busy days and prep heavier meals for more relaxed days. Then you want to write it down. Use a meal planner, a notes app, or just a simple checklist. This makes sure that you always have a plan instead of scrambling at mealtime. So next, step 3, you can get your ingredients and meal prep. So once you know what you're going to be eating throughout the week, then you can make a grocery list and stock up on what you need. If you like, you can also bulk cook ahead of time, and this will save time. So you want to batch cook proteins, grill chicken, cook the mince, or prep the tofu in advance. You want to cook your staple carbs, make a batch of rice or quinoa or roasted potatoes, and then chop and store your veggies so they're easy to grab for quick meals. If you're not a fan of full meal prep, then that's absolutely fine. Just prepping key ingredients can save time, and this will help you stay on track. The people who get the best results aren't the ones who have the best willpower, believe it or not. They're the ones who are prepared and the ones who are most organized. By following this 3-step meal organization system, then you're going to stay on track effortlessly. You'll never stress about what to eat, and you'll actually enjoy your meals without restriction. So you can start right now. I've left some space in the workbook to jot down some of your meal choices for your menu. Start with a few meals that follow the meal structure that we mentioned just now, and meals that you would like to eat regularly. Then go ahead and start planning your meals in advance by using a calendar or a notepad. And once you've done that, then write a grocery list and get your food prepared and ready to go. Right, let's be clear about one thing. You don't need supplements to transform your body. The foundation of results comes from nutrition, training, and being consistent. No pill or powder can replace that, but supplements can help fill the gaps, improve performance, and support your overall health if you use the right ones. But there's a problem. The supplement industry is a wild west full of overhyped, unnecessary, and even useless products. So let's cut through that noise and talk about a few that are actually worth considering. Firstly, protein powder. This is not a magic muscle builder, but a convenient way to hit your protein targets when whole food isn't practical. Great post-workout or when you're short on time. Creatine monohydrate. This is one of the most researched supplements out there. It helps with strength, endurance, and muscle recovery. If you train regularly, then 5 grams a day can help you perform better and recover faster. Next, omega-3, fish oil or algae oil. Most people don't get enough healthy fats, which are crucial for brain function, heart health, and reducing inflammation. If you don't eat fatty fish often, this is a solid addition. Vitamin D, essential for immune function, bone health, and energy levels. Many people are deficient, especially in colder months or if you don't get much sun. Multivitamins, not a replacement for good diet, but if you struggle to get a variety of nutrients, then a high quality multivitamin can help cover the basics. Just note though that multivitamins generally contain a much lower dosage of each vitamin than taking them individually. So if you do have a deficiency in something specific, then the multivitamin probably won't cut it. Other supplements that you might want to consider are magnesium, which supports muscle recovery, sleep, and stress management. This is great if you struggle with muscle cramps or poor sleep. Electrolytes. If you sweat a lot during training or follow a low carb diet, then replenishing electrolytes, which is sodium, potassium, magnesium, can prevent fatigue and dehydration. And then there's pre-workout. If you need an energy boost for your workouts, then caffeine-based pre-workouts can help, but coffee also does a good job. Now, most supplements are overhyped and unnecessary, but the right ones can help if used wisely. Important note though, if you suspect you have a deficiency in anything, then don't guess. You can seek medical advice and get a blood test before taking anything new. The bottom line is to focus on nutrition first. Use supplements purely to support and not replace good habits. And don't waste money on gimmicks. Most people will focus on food and exercise when it comes to transforming their body, but hydration is just as crucial. I didn't want to skip this bit. Water impacts everything: energy levels, fat loss, digestion, muscle function, even your ability to burn calories. Appetite too. In fact, often when we think we are hungry, it is actually thirst in disguise, and drinking water will often stop you overeating. Dehydration can slow your metabolism, leave you feeling tired, and even make you mistake thirst for hunger, which will lead to unnecessary snacking. But there's good news. Staying hydrated is one of the easiest ways to boost your performance, feel more energized, and get better results. So how much water do I need to drink? Well, the standard rule is to aim for 2 to 3 liters per day, but if you train hard or sweat a lot, then you may need more than this. A good way to check is to look at your urine. If it's dark, then drink more. And if it's pale yellow, then you're on track. You want to start your day with water. Before coffee, before food, start with a glass of water to wake your system up. You also want to carry a bottle with you. If it's within reach, you'll naturally drink more. Set reminders. Use your phone or smart bottle to nudge you throughout the day. Make it taste better if you need to. Add lemon, mint, or a splash of fruit juice if plain water bores you. You can also eat water-rich foods like cucumbers or watermelon or oranges. Even soups can help with your hydration. And a good tip is to match each coffee and tea with water because caffeine can dehydrate you, so balance it all out. Guys, just don't overlook your hydration. To be honest, no one wants to be stuck on a restricted diet forever, and the truth is you don't have to be. The key to long-term success with this isn't about being perfect, it's about finding a balance that fits your life and values. And this is where the 80-20 rule comes in. If 80% of your meals are nutrient-dense whole foods that fuel your goals, then the other 20% can be more flexible without ruining your progress. This means you can still enjoy your favorite foods without guilt. And speaking of guilt, let's drop that straight away. One bad meal, one day off, or even one bad week does not erase your progress. What holds most people back isn't the occasional treat, it's the all or nothing mindset that leads to self-sabotage. One slip up turns into, I've ruined everything, and suddenly you're back at square one. Instead, just get back on track with your next meal and just keep moving forwards. Lastly, guys, this is your journey. Your goals, your preferences, and your lifestyle should shape your nutrition, not the other way around. The best approach is and always will be one that you can actually stick to. Because at the end of the day, the plan that works best is one that you do consistently. Now that was quite a hefty section, right? But we covered everything you need to know to start transforming your body with your diet. From calories and macronutrients, meal timings and structure, supplements and hydration. So go back over this section as much as you need to, make more notes and follow the tasks in the supplementary workbook. Now that we've nailed down nutrition, it's time to talk about the other tangible pillar of body transformation, which is of course exercise. Now, exercise isn't just about burning calories, it's about shaping your body, building strength and improving endurance, and feeling unstoppable in everyday life. And just like nutrition, the best workout plan isn't a one-size-fits-all. It has to align with your goals, your preferences, and your lifestyle so you actually enjoy it and stick with it. So let's break down the different types of training and how each one plays a role in your transformation. Starting with strength training. Now this is the foundation of your body transformation. If you want to burn fat and build strong, toned physique, then lifting weights or doing body weight resistance exercises is a must. Muscle not only shapes your body, but also helps burn more calories at rest. Then we've got steady state cardio. Think jogging, cycling, or even just brisk walks. This type of exercise is great for improving heart health and endurance, and is an easy way to stay active without beating up your body. Then we've got HIIT, or high intensity interval training. These are short bursts of intense effort followed by rest. HIIT is time efficient, burns a ton of calories, and boosts metabolism for hours after your workout. This is great for those who want maximum results in minimum time. Mobility and flexibility. This is often overlooked but crucial, preventing injury and improving movement quality. Stretching, yoga and mobility drills keep your body feeling strong and pain-free. Then we've got conditioning. Think circuits, sled pushes, kettlebell swings, full body movements that build endurance and strength all at the same time. These are perfect for those who want to be fit and athletic, not just lean. Now, of course, your ideal workout plan should have a mix of these elements based on your goal, time, and your experience level. If you want to burn fat and build a lean, toned body, then you should focus on strength training as your main priority, while using cardio strategically to support fat loss and overall fitness. Next up, let's go through each category and build an exercise plan specifically for you. Strength training is the foundation of your body transformation. It's not just about lifting the weights, it's about building muscle, increasing your strength and improving your posture, and even boosting your fat loss. If you want to look strong, feel strong, and move well, then strength training should be at the core of your routines. Not all exercises are created equal though. To get the most out of your training, then you need to understand that there are 3 main types of strength movements and how to use them effectively. First, you've got the compound movements. These are big lifts that give maximum results. These are multi-joint exercises that work multiple muscle groups all at once. They should be the foundation of your workout program because they give you the most bang for buck in terms of strength, muscle building, and fat loss. Examples of these could be your squats, your deadlifts, your bench presses, rows, and overhead presses. Why should we use them? Well, to build overall strength and muscle faster, to burn more calories because they use multiple muscles all at once, to improve real-world strength and movement. Typically, you want to do these at the start of your workout when you're fresh and can lift heavy with good form. Isometric movements are strength without movement. Isometric exercises are static holds where your muscles are working without changing length at all. They might not look as impressive as lifting heavy weights, but they're incredibly effective for building strength, building endurance, and for injury prevention. Examples of these could include plank holds, wall sits, isometric pull-ups, pause squats. So why should we be doing these? Well, to build stability and joint strength, which is great for injury prevention, to improve muscle endurance, holding a plank is way harder than it looks, and increase control and mind-muscle connection. You want to do these at the end of your session ideally for extra core and stabilizer muscle work, or within your main lifts to add intensity, for example, pausing at the bottom of a squat. And then we have explosive and power movements. So you want to be training like an athlete doing these. These are fast, powerful movements that train your ability to generate force quickly. If you want to be strong, athletic, and functional, then adding some power work into your routine really is a game changer. Examples could be Olympic lifts like cleans and jerks and snatches, kettlebell swings, box jumps, med ball throws. Why should we be doing these? Well, this will build strength, build speed, power, and athleticism. Improve your muscle fiber recruitment, making you stronger in your other lifts, and burn calories fast by using full body explosiveness. I would generally do these power movements at the start of your session before your heavy lifts, so your body is primed for action, unless you're doing them as part of your conditioning plan. For body transformation, your training should be built around compound movements with isometric and explosive work included strategically to support your goals. A simple structure might look like starting with explosive movements to prime the nervous system and the body, then move on to compound lifts to build strength and muscle, and then finish with isometric holds or accessory work for endurance and injury prevention. Now, you may also want to include isolation exercises into your strength routines. These exercises, as the title suggests, isolates certain muscles. For example, the biceps through a bicep curl. These are generally less favorable over compound lifts as they do not offer as much bang for buck, but are great if you want to target specific areas of the body. Any isolation exercises should be done after your compound lifts. Now, if you want to build muscle, get stronger, and transform your body, then you need to train smart, not just hard. And that means knowing how many sets and reps to do for each muscle group. A good target is between 10 and 20 working sets per muscle group per week. But what's a working set? Well, this is a set that pushes you close to failure, leaving you with about 1 to 3 reps in reserve. If you're stopping every set with 10 plus reps left in the tank, then you're not working hard enough to see real changes. A rep in reserve is how many reps you feel you could have done once the set is completed. Major muscle groups which you want to train 10 to 20 sets per week include your quads, your hamstrings, back of the legs, your glutes, which are your powerhouse muscles in your bum, your chest, your back, or your shoulders. There's also other muscle groups. These can get worked within your compound lifts, but you can do extras if you want to isolate these. Your biceps and triceps, your lower back, abs, and calves. Now, you can split these sets across multiple workouts depending on how often you train. For example, if you train 4 times per week, you might hit each muscle group twice per week, doing 5 to 10 sets per session. We will go through programming your week in a bit to help with all of this. Your actual repetitions per set will depend on your goal. So if it's strength focused, then you want to do lower reps but with a heavier weight. Let's say 3 to 6 reps per set, because this builds maximum strength and power but doesn't maximize muscle size. If muscle growth is the most important thing, then moderate reps and moderate weight. 6 to 12 reps per set is the sweet spot for building muscle size and definition. If it's endurance that you want, then higher reps with lower weight. 12 to 20 reps per set. This improves the stamina of the muscle without maximizing strength. The best approach is a mix of all three. If you want to build an athletic, functional, and strong body, then include rep ranges in your program. So for example, start with heavier, low rep strength work like squats and deadlifts, then move into moderate rep hypertrophy work like rows, presses, and lunges, and then finish with high rep endurance work like core exercises or isolation movements. So we covered a lot there. Just to summarize, you want to train each major muscle group 10 to 20 working sets per week. Use 1 to 3 reps in reserve. Push yourself, but don't burn out. Mix rep ranges for strength, muscle size, and endurance, and be consistent. Progress happens over weeks and months, not just days. We will bring all this together shortly when we program. For now, head over to the workbook where I provide you a page for you to do your list of strength exercises, including the area that they target and any alternatives that you might want to do instead. The reason why I want you doing this is so you have a list of exercises to refer back to when you start putting your sessions together. Now, if you've been lifting for a while and progress feels like it's slow or stalling, then these methods can shock your muscles, break through plateaus, and accelerate results. So these are slightly more advanced training techniques. Firstly, time under tension, maximizing every rep. Most people rush their reps, but muscle growth is all about tension. The longer your muscles are under load, the more they are forced to adapt. So how do you use time under tension? Instead of just lifting with normal speed, slow down the eccentric or lowering phase of each repetition. So for example, if you're doing a squat, then lower down for 3 to 5 seconds and then explode up quickly. If you're doing a bench press, then lower the bar down slowly, then press up with control. If you're doing bicep curls, take 3 to 4 seconds to lower the weight down with each rep. The benefit of this is much more fiber activation in the muscles, which equals better growth and definition. Next, we got drop sets, pushing past failure. A drop set means reaching failure, then reducing the weight and continuing without resting at all. This is brutal, but really effective. How do we use drop sets? Well, first of all, do a set until you fail, which is when you can't do another rep with good form. Then immediately drop the weight by 20 to 30% and continue. If you want to go extreme, then drop the weight again and again and push further. An example of this would be a dumbbell shoulder press. Start with 20 kilos per hand, hit failure, then drop to 15 kilos, go again, and then drop to 10 kilos and go again. The benefit of this is it breaks through strength and endurance limits for massive muscle fatigue and growth. Then we've got super and giant sets. This is maximum volume, maximum burn. Supersets are 2 exercises done back to back for the same muscle group with no rest. Giant sets are the same but with 3 or more exercises. So how to use this? Pick 2 to 4 exercises targeting the same area. Perform them without stopping. Then rest, all exercises are done. An example for this giant set for your chest may start with a bench press for 10 reps, then go into a dumbbell fly for 12 reps, then push-ups to failure, and then cable crossovers for 15 reps. The benefit of this, huge muscle pump, high calorie burn, and time-efficient workouts. Now, any of these advanced techniques aren't for every single workout, and you're not limited to just using these. Use them strategically when you need to break through a plateau, increase your intensity, or just want to challenge yourself a little more. Right, next up, let's talk about some cardio. Some people love it, other people just hate it and dread it. But here's the truth. If you want to burn fat, boost your endurance, and improve your overall fitness, then cardio is a powerful tool if you use it the right way. Now, before you start picturing yourself running for hours on a treadmill, let's break down the different types of cardio and how to use them for your goals specifically. First of all, we've got HIIT, maximum fat burn, minimum time. HIIT stands for high intensity interval training, and it's one of the most effective ways to burn fat fast while keeping your workouts short.
So what do these look like? This could be short bursts of all-out effort, let's say 20 to 40 seconds, followed by rest or low intensity movement for 20 to 60 seconds. And then repeat this for 15 to 25 minutes, and that's your workout. An example could be sprint for 30 seconds, walk for 30 seconds, repeat 10 or 15 times. The benefits of this is it's super time efficient, perfect if you're a busy person. It burns calories fast, even after your workout is over, and it boosts your metabolism and your cardio fitness in minimal time. So when would you use this? Well, it's great for non-lifting days or after your strength training, if you have any energy left. Aim for 2 to 3 sessions per week. It's intense, so don't overdo it. Then we've got steady state cardio. Burn calories, build endurance. Steady state cardio is lower intensity but longer duration. Think brisk walking, jogging, cycling, or swimming at a moderate, sustainable pace. Now, what does this look like? Your heart rate stays moderate. You can still hold a conversation while doing steady state cardio. It lasts 30 to 60 minutes or more at a steady pace. An example could be a 40-minute incline walk on a treadmill, or an easy 5K jog outside, or low impact cycling for 45 minutes. The benefit of this is it's great for fat loss when paired with strength training. It's a lower stress on the body compared to HIIT because it's not as intense, and it helps with recovery by boosting blood flow without overloading your muscles. So when would you use it? Well, it's ideal for after weight training if you have done weight training, and can be done on rest days to keep active without exhausting yourself. Then we've got conditioning, athletic fat loss training. Conditioning workouts mix strength and cardio together for high intensity full body fat burn. Think battle ropes, sled pushes, kettlebell swings, or even circuit training. So what does it look like? Short explosive bursts of movement, minimal rest to keep the heart rate high, and you're including functional exercises that build strength and endurance. An example workout could be kettlebell swings for 30 seconds, then battle ropes for 30 seconds, and then a sled push for 20 meters, and rest 60 seconds and repeat 4 to 6 rounds. Benefits of this would be burning fat and building muscle all at the same time. It's a great alternative to traditional cardio if you hate running, for example, and it's fun, challenging, and very time efficient. So when would you use this? Now, you can replace your regular cardio for some variety. It's also best done on separate days or after strength training if you keep it short. So what cardio is best for you? Well, that depends. If you want fast, efficient fat loss, then HIIT 2 to 3 times a week. If you prefer a lower impact, steady approach, then steady state cardio 3 to 5 times a week. Or if you want a mix of cardio and strength, then conditioning workouts a couple of times a week is great. Of course, the best cardio is the one that you'll stick to consistently. So find what you enjoy and fit it into your routine without burning yourself out. Okay, one of the biggest mistakes that people make when transforming their body is skipping mobility work. Let's be honest, most people just want to get in, train hard, see results. But if you want to lift better, feel better, and avoid injuries, then mobility needs to be part of your routine. Here's how to train smarter, not just harder. First of all, warm up. Prepare your body for success. Your warm up isn't just about getting warm though, it's about getting your body ready to perform the workout as well. So here's how to warm up properly. Firstly, increase blood flow. You want to do 5 or 10 minutes of light movement like walking, cycling, or rowing. Next, you want to mobilize your joints, stuff like arm circles, hip openers, and rotations. Then you want to activate key muscles that you're going to be using. Use bands or bodyweight exercises to wake these muscles up. So an example for a lower body warm-up would be some bodyweight squats, 10 reps, glute bridges, 10 reps, leg swings, 10 on each side, hip circles, 5 on each side. So why does the warm-up matter? Well, it prevents injuries by increasing flexibility and range of motion, improves performance so you can lift heavier and move better. It reduces stiffness so workouts feel smoother and more controlled. Next, let's talk about stretching, static versus dynamic specifically. Not all stretching is the same. Dynamic stretching you should be doing before workouts. These are controlled movements to prepare your body, for example, leg swings or arm circles. Static stretching should be done after your workout, and this requires holding a stretch for 15 to 30 seconds minimum to increase flexibility and aid with recovery. A post-workout stretch example could be a hamstring stretch, 30 seconds per leg, a chest stretch in the doorway for 30 seconds, or a hip flexor stretch for 30 seconds per side. A quick tip, never do static stretching before lifting because it can actually reduce strength and performance. Stick to dynamic movements before and then static movements or static stretches afterwards. Next, I want to talk about dealing with niggles and preventing injuries. Sometimes your body sends warning signs. A tight muscle, an ache, a little discomfort. Are you ignoring that? Well, that's how minor issues can turn into serious injuries if you're not careful. So here's how to stay injury-free. Listen to your body. Pain isn't weakness leaving the body, it's your body telling you something is wrong. Use a foam roller. Rolling out tight muscles can improve mobility and ease stiffness. Train with proper form. Poor technique is a fast track to injury. If in doubt, get a coach or record yourself for some feedback. Balance your training. If you're lifting heavy, add mobility work to counter tightness. So an example, if your hips are tight from squatting, spend 5 minutes foam rolling and stretching before and after your workout. Next, I want to talk about maximizing your movement, training for longevity. Mobility isn't just about avoiding injuries, it's about moving well for life. Easy ways to improve your mobility daily can include doing a morning mobility routine, even if this is just 5 minutes. Take breaks from sitting if you have a sitting job or a sitting lifestyle. Stand, stretch, move around. Use controlled full range movements in your workouts. Don't cut your reps short, do them properly. Remember, training hard is great, but training smart keeps you in the game for longer. A few minutes of mobility work now can save you from weeks of frustration later. Now, if we want long-term success with this, then we must keep ourselves injury-free as best as we can, and that is why I'm hammering this home. Most people will focus on training harder and eating right, but one of the biggest game changers is actually rest. Without proper recovery, your body and mind can't perform at their best. So if you want to burn fat, build muscle, and stay consistent with this, then rest isn't just important, it is essential. So physical rest, this is letting your body rebuild. Every time you train, you're breaking down muscle fibers. It's during rest that your body repairs, grows, and gets stronger. If you don't allow for recovery, then you'll feel weaker and more fatigued. You'll be more prone to injury. You'll have slower muscle growth and fat loss. So here's how to rest properly. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. This is when your body releases growth hormone and repairs muscles. You also want to take at least 1 to 2 days rest per week. This is not going to slow your progress. It will actually boost it, I promise. You want to listen to your body. If you're constantly feeling sore or weak, you might need more rest, not more training. Include active recovery. Light movements like walking, yoga, stretching can help blood flow and speed up muscle recovery. If you have lack of sleep, this can increase your stress hormones like cortisol, which makes fat loss harder and cravings worse. So guys, prioritize your sleep. We've talked about physical rest. What about mental rest? Recharging your mindset. A strong body starts with a strong mind, as we should know by now. If you're constantly stressed, overwhelmed, or mentally drained, your motivation will surely crash, and staying consistent will feel like a battle. Here's how to give your mind a break. First of all, schedule some downtime. Plan at least one off moment a day when you switch off from training, work, and life stress. You want to practice mindfulness like meditation, journalism, or even just deep breathing, because this can really reset your mind. I'd also advise limiting screen time before bed. Blue light messes with sleep quality, which affects both physical and mental recovery. I'd also celebrate your small wins, because progress takes time. Instead of stressing, focus on how far you've come. Remember the gratitude lists I asked you to write earlier in this program? That is perfect for this. Now, if you're mentally exhausted, your workouts will suffer. Taking time to mentally recharge makes you more motivated and focused in the long run. Of course, balance is key. Train hard, recover harder. Progress doesn't come from constantly pushing. It comes from knowing when to actually pull back and chill. Here's the formula for success. Train with intensity. Fuel your body with the right nutrition. Prioritize quality sleep and rest. Give your mind the space to reset. Your body transforms when you give it the time to recover, so train smart, rest well, and then you can watch your results skyrocket. Are you ready to build an exercise routine that actually works? One that fits your goals, your lifestyles, and your preferences while making sure that you actually get results? Well, let's break it down step by step so you can create the perfect weekly plan. Firstly, how many days should you train? The sweet spot depends on your goals, your time, and your recovery. Here's a simple guide. 3 to 4 days per week is great for beginners. This is also great for fat loss and general strength. 4 to 5 days per week is perfect for muscle growth and for strength progress. 5 to 6 days a week is best for advanced lifters, athletes, or those with really big goals. You also want to have 1 to 2 days rest. This is non-negotiable. Recovery is key, as we've just discussed. Here's a tip. If you only have 2 to 3 days per week, then focus on full body workouts for maximum efficiency. If you can train 4+ days, then you can start splitting muscle groups or training styles. Next question is, what type of training should I do? Well, your program should be balanced across the week to include strength training 2 to 4 times per week. This is essential for fat loss, body shaping, and getting stronger. Then we've got cardio 1 to 3 times per week. Choose between HIIT, steady state, or conditioning based on your goals and your preferences, as we've discussed just now. Then we want to do our mobility and recovery work. Do this daily or at least twice a week minimum. This keeps you moving well and injury-free, as well as stretching at every single session. Okay, so here's how it might look. Doing a 3-day plan, which will be a full body focus. On Monday, you might do strength, full body. Then Wednesday, you might do strength, full body, and some light cardio. And then Friday, strength, also full body, and mobility. Now let's say it's a 4-day plan instead. So we're doing an upper and a lower split. Monday, upper body strength. Tuesday, lower body strength. Thursday, upper body strength. Friday, lower body strength. And let's also look at an example for a 5-day plan, strength and conditioning hybrid. So Monday, strength, lower body. Tuesday, strength, upper body, and HIIT. Wednesday, active recovery, mobility, yoga, or walking. Then Thursday, we could do strength, full body. And then Friday, cardio, HIIT, or steady state. Now here's a tip. No matter the plan, make sure it fits your schedule so you stay consistent. The examples I just gave are just examples. So feel free to play with this as you like. I also want to talk about gym versus home workouts and what's the best. Your workout plan should fit your lifestyle at the end of the day. So here's what you need to consider. Gym training, you have more equipment, heavier weights, more variety. This is great for building strength and muscle, of course. Home workouts, though, can be more convenient for many. It saves time, but does require creativity or some basic equipment. Both can work, though. Choose the one that fits your life and keeps you consistent. I started out from home with no kit, saw decent progress, and then accelerated this when I joined my first gym. Next, I want to talk about choosing exercises and programming your workouts. Your exercise selection should include, as we've discussed, compound movements like squats, deadlifts, presses, and pull-ups, which are your most bang for buck. They want to include accessory work like lunges, rows, and core work to build strength and balance. And they want to include cardio and mobility to keep you fit and moving well and injury-free. So an example strength workout for your full body could be squats, 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Then push press, 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Then Romanian deadlifts, 3 sets of 10 reps. Lat pull downs or pull-ups, 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. Core work, plank or hanging leg raises, 3 sets of 30 to 45 seconds. A piece of advice, remember to start with bigger compound lifts and then move to the smaller accessory exercises as we discussed earlier. Okay, when should you rest and recover? Well, if you're training hard, then rest, as we know, is crucial. Signs that you need a break may be that you're always sore and fatigued, you're struggling to progress your strength, you're feeling demotivated or burnt out. Here is how to schedule rest days. At least 1 full rest day per week, and then active recovery days like walking, yoga, or light mobility work. And then make sure you're getting your 7 to 9 hours of sleep for best recovery. Remember guys, recovery isn't laziness, it's when your muscles grow and adapt, so it is essential. So let's talk about your perfect working schedule. What works for you? Now, as I've said so many times already over this, there's no one-size-fits-all plan. The best routine is one you enjoy, can stick to, and get results. So set your schedule, mix up strength, cardio, and recovery, and train hard but rest just as hard. Now, I've gone and provided you with a simple planner inside the workbook. Go and populate it now so you have something to follow. You can always adapt and change it as you go. Now, as I've said before, don't worry about being perfect here. Just give it a go, get started. A little bit of something is better than a lot of nothing.
All right, we've covered mindset, nutrition, and exercise, but there's one final piece that brings everything together, which is lifestyle, the final pillar. This is where we make sure that all the progress you've made actually lasts, because if your transformation feels like a chore, then you just simply won't stick to it. So why does lifestyle matter? Well, a huge mistake that people make is they go too hard, too fast, and burn out. They follow extreme diets, train like an athlete, and then crash because it's just not sustainable for them. A successful body transformation isn't just about training harder or eating cleaner. It's about creating a lifestyle that you actually enjoy so you can sustain it. One that fits with your life without sacrificing everything that you love. One that balances progress with enjoyment so you don't feel restricted. One that becomes second nature so you don't constantly start thinking you got to start again. See so many people do so often. Think of it like this. Instead of going on a diet or starting a fitness plan, you're building habits that keep you fit, healthy, and strong for life. Your lifestyle should support your goals, but it should also allow you to do fun things like enjoy social events without guilt, eat the food that you love without feeling like you're restricting your diet, exercise in a way that makes you feel good rather than punishing yourself, have flexibility without completely falling off track. This is where balance really is key. Now, have you ever felt like if you can't do something perfectly, you might as well not do it at all? Because that mindset really holds you back. Instead of aiming for perfection, just aim for consistency. If you miss a workout, then get back on it the next day. If you eat more than plans, then just adjust and move on. If life gets busy, then find small wins that still keep you progressing. It's not about being perfect by any stretch of the imagination. It's about making better choices most of the time and learning how to adjust when life happens, because it will happen. Your goals are to progress, not to be perfect. The goal of this pillar, the lifestyle pillar, is to help you build a lifestyle that works for you rather than against you. And over the next few sections, we're going to cover habit creation, making the most of your lifestyle, staying on track and sustainability, and overcoming plateaus. This is where your transformation will truly become long-term. So by now, you know what you should be doing. You know you need to eat well, train smart, stay consistent. But the real challenge is making these habits last. And that is where my 3 C's of habit change come in. The 3 C's are consistency, making it repeatable, convenience, making it easy, and contentment, making it enjoyable. Let's break these down. Okay, consistency, the foundation of success. If you only eat well or train when you feel like it, you'll never see lasting results. The key is repetition, even when motivation fades. Small, consistent actions will always beat random bursts of effort every single time. So how do you stay consistent? Well, start small, set habits that are easy to stick to. Instead of saying, I'll work out 6 days a week, just start with 3 solid sessions. You want to stack habits, link new habits to existing ones. For example, drink a glass of water every time you brush your teeth. And track your progress. Tick off each day that you stick to a certain habit. Seeing progress will build momentum and keep spurring you on. At the end of the day, if we are getting the other 2 C's right, which are convenience and contentment, then it should be fairly easy to make these consistent. We've got less excuses. The next one is convenience. Set yourself up for success. Habits stick when they're easy to do. It's as simple as that. If something feels like it's a hassle or a chore, then you're going to more likely skip it. You'll find more excuses. So make it easy and you'll do it more. Make it hard and you won't. So this is how to make your habits more convenient. First of all, plan ahead. Meal preps so healthy food is always available. Remove barriers. Set out gym clothes the night before. Make it fit your life. Don't force yourself to train at 6 a.m. if you hate mornings. Train at a more suitable time of day for you. If it's easier to stick to, remember, the more natural it will become. Finally, contentment, enjoying the process. If you hate your routine, you just won't keep it up. The best habits are the ones that you actually enjoy, so make sure you do. You want to find a way to make it work for you, and this is how to make your habits enjoyable. Pick foods and workouts that you actually like, not just the ones that you know are good for you. There's no one-size-fits-all plan. Find what you truly enjoy. I can't stress that enough. Make it social. Train with a friend, join a community, or compete with yourself to make it a little bit more, spur you on. Celebrate wins. Every step forwards is progress, so reward yourself just for sticking to it. You know what happens when life gets in the way? Well, life isn't perfect. Holidays, work, stress, family events. Your habits will always be challenged, guys, but you don't have to fall off track completely when you are faced with one of these challenges. Instead of quitting, just simply adjust. If you can't train 5 days, for example, then just do 2 workouts instead. If you're eating out, then just focus on portion control instead of eating the perfect meal. If your schedule changes, then just find new time slots for your habits. Remember, it's not about doing everything 100%. It's just about doing something. Every habit that you do build will move you closer to your goal. So the more consistent, convenient, and enjoyable that you make these habits, the easier it is that you'll stick to them. So just start with one small change today and make it a habit that will truly last by making sure it sticks to these 3 C's. In the workbook, I have provided a sheet on the 3 C's of habit change. So I now want you to write your habits down and then check them against the 3 C's. If something doesn't line up, then just adjust them. Transforming your body isn't just about what you eat or how you train, it's about how you actually live. Your daily routines, your habits, and your environment will all play a massive role in your success. The goal is to create a lifestyle that supports your transformation, not one that works against it. That's the whole point of this pillar. So here's a few pieces of advice for you for the lifestyle pillar. Firstly, structure your days. Your body will thrive when you've got routine. The more structured your day is, the much easier it is to stay on track. So you want to plan your meals in advance. No more last minute unhealthy choices. You want to set up a regular sleep schedule. Quality rest really is the key for fat loss and muscle recovery, and it's often overlooked. You want to schedule your workouts like appointments. Treat them like it's a non-negotiable. A well-structured day will truly make good decisions much more effortless. Next, you want to manage your stress to avoid self-sabotage. Stress can lead to emotional eating, skipped workouts, and lack of motivation. Learning how to manage this will keep you way more consistent and keep you motivated. So try these simple stress management tools. Deep breathing or meditation, a few minutes can really reset your mindset. Regular movement, even short walks can reduce your stress levels quite significantly. Journaling, write down wins, challenges, and gratitude to stay focused. The more in control that you feel of your stress levels, the easier it will be to stay on track with your body transformation. Next, you want to build an environment that supports your goals. Your surroundings will truly influence your decisions more than your willpower ever will. If junk food is in your house, you're way more likely to eat it, right? If your gym bag is packed, then you're more likely to train. So make your environment work for you, not against you. Keep healthy foods visible. Pre-cut fruit and protein-rich snacks on hand will make it a lot easier. Lay out workout clothes the night before so you'll less likely find an excuse in the morning not to train. Surround yourself with like-minded people. A supportive community will keep you more accountable. Your environment should make it easier to choose success rather than make it harder. So influence your environment to make it easier on yourself. Next, stay flexible. Progress over perfection, remember. Life will never be perfect, and that's okay. Stuff's gonna happen. The key to long-term success with this is adapting rather than quitting, and adapting when you feel you want to quit. Instead of an all or nothing mindset, just focus on always something mindset. So if you've got a busy week, then just get shorter, more effective workouts in. If you've got a social event, make the best food choices available and then move on. If you've got low motivation, then just do something, even if it's just going for a short walk or doing some stretching. Progress happens when you stay consistent, not when you're perfect. The best fitness plan is the one that you can actually stick to, so keep that in your head. It should fit in your life, not take it over. Your lifestyle is either fueling your transformation or it is holding you back, and the choice is yours what one it is. The true key to body transformation really is keeping your results in balance. If your approach feels like a punishment, then it won't last. That's why sustainability is everything. You need to enjoy your food, enjoy your training and your lifestyle while still being able to make the progress that you want to make. And that is where a rule comes in called the 80-20. Now, my 80-20 rule is flexibility that works. It's simple, really. 80% of your choices should align with your goals, your nutritious meals, your structured training, and your good recovery. But 20% is for enjoyment and flexibility, meals out, occasional treats, and life's special moments. This means that you don't need to feel guilty for having a slice of cake at a party or enjoying a night out every now and again. Instead of seeing food as good or bad, recognize that consistency over time is what truly matters. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that people make is thinking one off-plan meal ruins everything, whereas it truly doesn't. Guilt leads to an all or nothing thinking. I ate one bad meal, I might as well give up, or I missed a workout, so I've ruined my progress. The truth is that one meal or missed session is nothing in the grand scheme of things. Progress comes from what you do most of the time, not some of the time. And that's the 80-20 rule. Enjoy the meal, move on, and get back to your usual habits. If you've missed one workout, it doesn't matter, just pick up where you left off next time. Now, we should be making fitness fit your life. Your fitness journey should be built around your goals and your preferences combined, not force you into a lifestyle that you absolutely hate. So ask yourself, what foods do I enjoy that also fuels my body well? Or what workouts make me feel strong and confident, but that I do enjoy? How can I make my routine fit into my lifestyle long term without making big sacrifices? The more you enjoy the whole process, then the easier it will be to stay consistent. And if you want lasting results, you need an approach that feels realistic, enjoyable, and flexible. When you create balance, you create a lifestyle that you can sustain forever, and that is where real transformation happens. Let's talk about breaking through plateaus. Now, hitting a plateau can feel frustrating. I get it. I've been there. My clients have been there. But here's the truth. It's actually a good thing if you reframe it right. Why? Because you can't hit a plateau without first making progress. Think about it. If you've reached a sticking point, that means what you were doing before was working. So you've already improved and your body has already adapted. That is a win. But now we are stuck and it is time to level up. The level up concept that I put together, you want to think of it like a video game. Imagine you're playing a game and in the beginning, everything is easy. You level up quickly, unlocking new skills and making big progress in the game. But then you hit a challenge. The same strategies that got you here no longer work anymore because the challenge is too great. That doesn't mean you failed. It's just a sign that it's time to level up again. You've outgrown your current approach and now it's time to adapt, refine and push on to the next level, the next stage. The same applies to your fitness journey. So how do we break through a plateau? Well, when progress slows down, instead of getting frustrated, ask yourself, what's my next level? How do I get to the next level? So do a nutrition check. Are you still in the right calorie range? Or have you adjusted for changes in weight, for example? Do we need a training upgrade? Can you add more weight or more reps or more intensity to your workouts? Do we need a lifestyle optimization? How's your recovery, stress management? How's your sleep? Tiny adjustments will lead to big breakthroughs. So instead of quitting, just adapt and evolve. Don't think of plateaus as roadblocks. They're milestones that show that you're ready for the next step. So reframe your mindset. Plateaus equals progress. Embrace the challenge. It's time to level up, and that's exciting. Make small strategic changes and keep pushing forwards. Every time you overcome a plateau, you unlock a new version of yourself, a stronger, fitter, and more unstoppable version than you were before. All right, we have truly come a long way since the start of this journey, guys. Well done. And now it's time to check back in and see how far that you have come. When we first tracked progress, it was about establishing a baseline, getting that starting point so we could measure change. But now we get to see the results of your hard work. So take a moment to reflect on how do you look compared to when you started? How do you feel compared to then, physically and mentally? What has improved? Strength, fitness, confidence? Go back to progress tracking that you did before and compare your results. You can go back in the workbook and see what you were before. Stick to what's working and continue refining as you go. If progress is slowed down or plateaued, then as we've just mentioned, that's okay. It's part of the process. Every transformation has phases, and this is just a chance to level up. So, what's next? You want to use this check-in to fine-tune your approach. You want to celebrate every win, big or small, and you want to keep pushing forwards with renewed focus. No matter what the results show, remember you are miles ahead of where you started. Just keep going, keep improving, and let's make the next phase even better. Also, it's worth taking the time to pause and reflect on everything that you've done so far. What's going well? What changes have you made that feel much more natural now? What progress are you most proud of? But also, what's been difficult? Are there areas where you struggled? Maybe consistency, nutrition or mindset, or maybe your workouts. What can you do better? Are there small tweaks that you can make? More planning, better recovery, pushing yourself a little more. Just be honest with yourself. Growth comes from awareness. Now, whatever your answers, you can use them as fuel to keep moving forwards. You're on the right track. You just got to keep going. By now, you've built solid habits, seen progress, and started transforming your body and mindset. But here's the big question. Do you keep that momentum going long term? This is where my 4 R's method comes in. These 4 steps will help you stay on track, stay motivated, and keep leveling up. First R, revisit goals. Think back to the goals you set at the beginning of this journey. Are they still the same? Or have they evolved? Maybe you're already hitting some of them. Amazing. That means it's time to set new ones and keep pushing forwards. Goals aren't set in stone. They should grow with you. Take some time to check in with your progress and make sure your current goals still excite and challenge you. Second R, remind yourself of your why. Motivation naturally goes up and down, and that's totally normal. On the days when you don't feel like sticking to your plan, remind yourself why you started. Was it to feel stronger? To have more energy? To be more confident in your own skin? To set an example for your family? Reconnect with your deeper reason. It's what will get you through those tough days. A great way to do this is by writing your why somewhere visible. On your phone wallpaper, a sticky note on your mirror, or even in your gym bag so you see it every time you train. When you see it, you'll remember why this journey matters to you. And that is motivating. The third R is review your plan. Your plan should evolve with you. If you're feeling stuck or bored or not seeing the same results anymore, it might be time to switch things up a little. Are your workouts still challenging you? Do your meals still fit with your lifestyle? Maybe it's time to increase your training intensity, try new exercises or tweak your calorie intake. Tracking progress isn't just about celebrating the wins, it's about spotting when you need to make adjustments. Plateaus will happen, and when they do, don't see it as a failure, see it as a sign that you're ready for the next level. And the fourth and final R, round up accountability. Who is keeping you on track? Accountability is one of the most powerful tools for long-term success with anything. Whether it's a coach, a friend, a workout partner, or an online community, having someone to check in with makes such a huge difference. If you've been going at it alone, now might be the time to find support. That could mean joining a challenge or posting your progress into a group or even just telling a friend about your goals so they can help you stay accountable. Success in this isn't about going hard for a few weeks and then stopping. It's about building a lifestyle that works for you. And that's where this lifestyle pillar really comes into its own. So when you hit challenges, and you will, use these 4 R's to reset, refocus, and reignite your progress. By now, you have everything that you need to start your transformation. Understanding your goals, knowing how to fuel your body, how to train effectively, and how to stay on track long term. But here's the thing, information alone isn't enough. If simply knowing what to do was the answer, then everyone would already be in the shape that they wanted to be in, right? The real power lays in the implementation, having the right structure, support, and accountability to make it all happen. And that's exactly what you're going to get inside the Body Transformation Challenge. So what exactly is inside this 30-day challenge? Well, there's a structured day-by-day plan, so you know exactly what to do each day. You'll get direct coaching and support, so you stay consistent and never feel stuck. You get group community and accountability, surrounding yourself with like-minded people on the same journey, so you stay driven and never feel alone. You'll get proven strategies to fast-track results while still enjoying your life. And you'll get the motivation, clarity, and support that you need to finally break through your barriers and achieve the success in body transformation that you want. But is this right for you? Well, if you've ever struggled with consistency, motivation, or knowing exactly what to do next, then absolutely yes, this is for you. This isn't just another fitness course or program. This is your roadmap to results. So if you're serious about taking your body transformation to the next level and want the structure, support, and strategy to guarantee success in this, then come and join us inside the Body Transformation Challenge. Right now, you have a simple choice. You can take everything that you've learned in this course and try to figure it all out on your own. But that means going through trial and error, the setbacks, and the frustration of second guessing yourself. You can leave this video feeling motivated, but go back to old habits, promising yourself that you'll start Monday and keep wondering why nothing changes. Or you can shortcut the process and join a proven system that has already helped people like you transform their bodies and their lives. I know you want to feel stronger, more confident, and finally see the changes in your body, but let's be real. Without a clear plan, accountability, and support, it's easy to fall off track. With my structured 30-day plan, you won't be doing this alone. With expert coaching and group accountability, you'll stay on track. And with daily guidance, you'll know exactly what to do to finally get the results that you want. This is your moment. This is your time. If you're tired of spinning your wheels, if you're done with starting and stopping, and if you're serious about finally making this work, then take control of how you look and feel with the Body Transformation Challenge, and you can sign up for it right now. Now, this is why most people fail and exactly why you won't. Most people start strong but lose momentum because they don't have the right plan. They jump from diet to diet, workout to workout without a clear structure. They don't have support and accountability. No one to guide them, encourage them, and keep them on track when their motivation dips, which it will. They don't have a way to track and adjust. They hit plateaus, get frustrated, and just give up before they see real progress. But Inside the Body Transformation Challenge, we remove these roadblocks so you can stay consistent, motivated, and on track until you reach your goals and beyond. So here's what happens when you join. You'll know exactly what to do every single day. No more confusion, no more guesswork, just a clear step-by-step plan for you. You'll stay accountable and consistent with expert coaching, a supportive community, and regular check-ins. You'll never feel alone. You'll be equipped for life. This isn't just a quick fix. It's a system that teaches you how to maintain your results forever. This is more than just a program. It's a life-changing decision. Imagine in 6 months from now, you wake up feeling stronger, leaner, more confident than ever. You look in the mirror and finally see the progress that you've been working for. This is your chance to make that your reality, and the doors are open right now. So click the link around this video and join the Body Transformation Challenge. Don't wait until next month or next year. Start today and let's make your transformation happen together. That's it. You've made it to the end. But before we go, I want to take a second to really appreciate how far you've already come. The fact that you're here investing in yourself shows that you're serious about making a change. But here's the thing, this isn't the end of your journey. You've got all the tools, all the knowledge, but knowledge alone isn't what creates results. Action does. And the truth is, most people will stop here. They gather information, get excited, and then life gets in the way. But that's not going to be you. I've given you the roadmap, but if you want to guarantee you stay on track, stay motivated, and actually see the results you want, then you already know what the step is next. And that is the Body Transformation Challenge. And it is waiting for you. Now, you could try and do this alone, but why would you? You have the chance to join a proven system, surround yourself with the right people, and finally break through. So here's my challenge for you. Don't stop now. Keep this momentum going. Take action, and most importantly, stay committed to yourself. Because when you do, the results will follow. Thank you for being here, for showing up for yourself, and for trusting me to guide you through this process. But trust me now, we're just getting started. We'll see you inside the challenge.